All right, hello y'all. I had a call come through. I finally picked up the phone. I don't like phone calls. That's my depression in me, y'all, because I'm just like, I try to avoid people at all costs if I can. But, you know, I'm telling myself, Candace, everybody needs to talk, vent, and whatever. And you just gotta be open. People don't, my whole thinking is people are gonna wanna talk long. And no, this is really, really short. So if people reach out to you, even though it may be very hard to even want to pick up or respond to a text message, do it. Because at the end of the day, now I'm not perfect. As I mentioned, people call me sometimes and I'm just like, I'm busy, and I'm really not busy, you know, but I'm just like, I just don't want to be bothered. And I feel like that a lot of the times, but just, they may just need, you know, somebody to talk to, you know, and that can upbuild you in a way, and get you out of your funk a little bit. So, you guys, okay, I'm guessing that this is going to be a lot better how I have the phone set up with the it's still on the car mount, but how I have the car mount, I don't even have that second piece on. I don't need it. I'm gonna show you how I have it set up. I'm actually headed to the store. It is 11:39. Jamez is not feeling well. He's been really congested, and he had gym. And his legs is aching or something because of the thing he did, but he's just not feeling well. He didn't want to get up this morning, and then he was like, I said, come on, Jamez, get up, you know. So he got up and he was like, Ma, I really don't feel good. So he went back to bed, and I called the attendance office letting them know he's not feeling well. On that note, my sister she told me she was not feeling well for a while, you know, and she just thought it was sinuses. You know, the weather's changing. I'm thinking that's what's going on with Jamez. He hasn't been on track with his allergy drops. He hasn't. But my sister, she was like, yeah, she contributed, you know, her congestion and everything to allergies, you know, running nose, not really running nose, but more like a stuffy, congested nose. So she was contributing that to sinuses. Everybody's like, yeah, you know, the weather's changing, pollen's changed. Now down here in Virginia, I think we have one of the worst allergy place ever, or state ever, because there's just so many pollens here. And but you know, my family's up in upstate New York. Most of them are. And she got a call. What was it, yesterday? Yeah, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. That my niece, she tested, you know, she lost her taste for a while, for a couple of days, and she ended up getting tested, and she was positive for coronavirus. So my sister was like, I was with them. I lost taste too. Now, she didn't tell me all of this before. She went to go get tested. Sure enough. And she, you know, school just started up. But my nephew, he's been going to daycare because, you know, she's a single mom. And yeah, he's been going to daycare. And I was like, sis, like, I tell people, like, I don't go anywhere. I'm not around people. The only thing I'm around people is for work and at the stores. That's it. And I love that because I don't care to be around people. Oh, I don't know if y'all see my hair. This is my Yummy Extensions curly wavy hair. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, y'all. She tested positive. My nephew got tested yesterday as well. He tested negative, but you know, they had to make his school aware, because I told her, I said, don't be sending him to school, you know. I'm like, you guys, I told her that save your money. What's the point? You know, that's my whole thinking. Like, you're working from home. Keep him home. And she's like, no, he needs that. And I'm like, okay, all right. So now he got to stay home for 2 weeks anyways because of her. I'm just like, man. And she's like, I have a small circle. But I said, even though you have a small circle of people you're around, your small circle are around other people. Like my niece, she works at a grocery store. Who knows where she caught it from, you know? So yeah. And that one's a kind of a big household. So everybody having to stay from work for 2 weeks, y'all. And then like everybody has to call everybody. Oh my goodness. She's like, no, what am I supposed to do? I said, girl, you got to call everybody and let them know. Hot mess. And like, I'm, you know, thinking now, I'm like, man, should I get James tested? I mean, he's just around, you know, people in the neighborhood, the kids in the neighborhood. But I'm pretty sure his is just sinuses. So let me go fill up my tire, because my tire light has been on because of it being cold at night. You know, the tires lose air. So one moment. Tire pressure, good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's what I found out. And I'm just like, oh, but you know what? I'm just happy that their symptoms are just like congestion, loss of taste. You know, nobody's in the hospital, but I feel like a lot of people are getting relaxed. And like I keep telling people like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Good for y'all. I'm like, I'm staying home. As I mentioned, the only things I do is go from point A to point B. Store, home, work, home. I haven't been around people. I mean, as I mentioned, it's easy for me, but James, he's been out in the neighborhood with the kids, but there's just like, you know, it's a handful of them. But I'm like, outside of that, we're not going anywhere. So if he were to get it, you know, he's not passing it on to anybody else. And but my whole thinking is, at the same time, you never know. I can get it from going to a store. I can get it from going to, you know, just everyday life, right? Like I told my sister, I said, I think we are all bound to get it at the end of the day, unless you're really just staying home, no contact at all. But like anytime you step out the house, there's a possibility of you contacting it. That's why I tell people, like my friends, like, oh, do you want to get up together on Friday? And I'm like, as long as you know that we're going to just be talking on the phone. And she's like, yeah, if that's what you want. I'm like, yeah. Because I know some other people like, if it was a safe environment. I'm like, what is a safe environment? The only safe environment is me being home and you being at home. I'm not overthinking anything, but a lot of my friends are older, you know, and they already have underlying health issues. I'm not chancing that. Nah, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go to Lidl for a couple things. I want to make lasagna tonight. So I'm going to... my grocery budget is kind of out the window right now, y'all, because as I mentioned, I went to the grocery store a couple of times already, like last week or something like that, you know, like for little odds and ends, but it was still money that I'm happy I spent the money. I will say that I am happy I spent the money on groceries versus eating out. But as I mentioned, like over the course of the weekend, we spent like between Friday through Monday, we spent like $60 on fast food. That's crazy. So hopefully the lasagna will last a little bit, even though it usually lasts like a day or two. Yeah, James be tearing it up, y'all. But I ain't gonna blame him. He a grown boy. But I gotta figure out what other things I want to incorporate for eating. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe some coffee. I'm like, coffee at home just doesn't taste the same as getting it out. But, you know, I'm trying to save my coin. I was watching Rochelle Adamson's. I'm going to link her up above. Or up above, I don't know. I'm going to link her video up above. She did a video, or she did a live stream. She does live streams Money Mondays. Where, you know, they talk on a series of topics, and she has always like somebody, like a guest that comes on, and it's really fun. I haven't been tying into the live. I did recently, well, like last week I think I tied in, but besides that, I just been catching like the recordings of it once it posts to YouTube, and I watched it this morning, and it was about eating out versus cooking at home. You know, the pros and cons of both. I mean, there's no real con for cooking at home, but it's just like, you know, which one is it? Like, you know, fast food is convenience, whereas doing stuff at home obviously is going to be more better. Just like, and it kind of made me think about yesterday when I wanted crustaceans, because I knew my whole plan though wasn't to get a whole 2 bags. I was gonna get 1 bag that would cut the cost down in half and not get the cornbread, and me and Javez would just share the bag, which would be like $30. But I was like, after I made those 2 phone calls, I'm like, this ain't meant to be. And I just made that, you know, that kit, and it was good. It's all gone now. Even though they had 10 tortillas in there, I think I had 4, and Jamez, with the 1 pound of beef, Jamez, I don't know, I think there's probably like 2 more left, so I think we both had like 4. So that means that we obviously put more beef in our tortillas than we were supposed to, but that's all right. But that was good. I would like to try the other one. So the other one is Japanese teriyaki, and then Caribbean jerk. And after I posted my video, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's other reviews out there. There are, of like the I haven't seen one for the Caribbean jerk one. I've seen it for the teriyaki one, and people say it's good. I watched like 3 reviews of that one, so I'm waiting for Frugal Mama in the Woods to post hers, because I would like to know her thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm just taking you to the Lido that's further out, because I was like, let me do a little car talk. When I get home, I am going to do another video. It's going to be a sit down video though, and yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I don't know when I'll get my money from short-term disability yet, but that doesn't even matter to me, to be honest. I just know I gotta reimburse my savings account with that $800 and something I borrowed. And when I get paid from Amazon, I'm just putting that towards our food out category that we already spent and put on the credit card, and some other little odds and ends. But I was like, you know, I'm just going to use that money for me and Jamez. And when I say that, it's just to reimburse for things that me and him, I spent things on for me and him. Oh, I bought him some new sneakers. I told you guys about that. Put that on credit. So, I mean, it's like those type of things I want to get put back on the, pay off the credit cards to 0. I mean, they have like $20 here, $50 balance on one. So I mean, it's not a lot, but it's still a balance, you know. And it's not a balance I'm carrying over from one cycle to another. It's in the new cycle. And I just rather for when my statement ends, I rather for it just to be at 0. Why not, right? If I can do it. But yeah, I don't carry a balance with my credit cards anymore, like from one statement to another to accrue interest. Nah, that's not happening to your girl. We are staying out of debt, y'all. Unless something drastic happens. But yeah, the video I made about being self-sufficient, I just want to be back to my normal mode, you know, like hustle mode. And I just feel like right now I'm not even able, you know, to take care of myself, take care of home financially and emotionally sometimes. And I just want to be better, you know. So I think that's it for talking with you guys. Thank you guys for chit-chatting with me. Leave your comments down below, and yeah, we will talk to each other soon. Bye.